So I recently went on a date with a girl who was attractive, fun, smart, and great to be around. We were having great conversations and I was having a great time. And at one point she said that she didn't really like the way she looked and she had quite low self-esteem, which left me quite surprised because I didn't really see this up to that point. She was objectively very attractive, so I asked, why don't you think that you are attractive? And then she told me about a few of the experiences that she had with men. So her long-term boyfriend was very toxic and very possessive, so every time she would do something that she would be proud of, the boyfriend would tell her, oh, this is not something you should be proud of, this is nothing special and you should forget about this. Every time she would try to go out with her friends just to have a drink and just to have a good time, the boyfriend would always call her and act possessive and act hurt, and then he would blame her that she doesn't love him enough to spend more time with him. And then suddenly, once she's had enough and she wanted to break up with him, he told her during the breakup that she was the worst person that he had ever met and he wished he never met her. Now, after she broke up and she was single, she signed up for a few of the dating apps, and then obviously she would get a lot of matches, but most guys would just solicit her for sex in the first message. And then she met this one guy, the older guy, who seemed to be nice in the beginning, but then the first time they had sex, he didn't even bother putting on a condom and he didn't even asked her for permission. And later on, this same guy asked her to be his girlfriend in the first 2 or 3 dates. And when she said no, he offered her money. Now, obviously, these kind of experiences felt very degrading for her. And over the years, interactions with guys like this made her not feel very good about herself. And I was obviously shocked, but at the same time, I wasn't surprised because a lot of women have very similar experiences with men who are toxic, insecure, and they put their insecurities onto women and they project them onto women. And quite sadly, it affects a lot of these women in a negative way. I genuinely thought that this girl is a very nice girl, an attractive girl, and I felt a bit bad for her. So I genuinely, at that point, wanted to give her a really good experience. So I just said, look, we're having a good time. Let me give you a massage. Because we had talked about the massage before, and she said that she would love to have the massage, but she felt like she didn't deserve the massage. She would feel bad that I would be giving her a massage and she wouldn't be giving me anything in return. So I just said, don't worry about it. We ended up having a massage, we ended up having a great time, and by the end of the night, I could see her more happy, more liberated, and just feeling much better about herself. Now, why am I telling you this story? The reason is quite simple. When most guys begin their dating journeys, they usually come with the mindset of what they can get out of these experiences, of what they need to get out of these experiences. They're thinking to themselves, how can I stop being lonely? How can I go on more dates? How can I get a girlfriend? And they're mostly thinking about their own needs. Now, obviously, that is quite understandable because when you've been lonely for a long period of time and you have unresolved needs and unsatisfied desires, then you're naturally just going to think of how can I get rid of this pain? How can I get rid of this loneliness? So you're coming from the mindset of what can I get out of these experiences? However, as you get better at this, as you get more confident, as you improve your flirting abilities, as you're able to deal with your approach anxiety, you're naturally going to have more opportunities to date women. So I've had a long relationship and I'm constantly dating attractive, fun, interesting women. And quite frankly, most of my romantic needs are satisfied. So right now, what I am actually thinking is not really what can I get out of these experiences, but what can I give to the women that I'm dating? So my mindset right now is I want to leave women better after interacting with me than before. So if it's a 5-minute conversation, I want them to exit the conversation with a smile. If it's, let's say, a sexual experience, I want them to feel more liberated and better about themselves. If it's potentially a relationship, a longer relationship, I want them to leave the relationship with having learned something about themselves, with having become a better person, with having increased confidence. Essentially, I want them to be better off after meeting me than before. So that's the mindset I am in right now. And this mindset makes me feel very good about what I'm doing. I'm not chasing a particular end result anymore. I'm not chasing a particular sexual experience or a particular relationship anymore because I've had all those things. So for me right now, I generally want to generate positive emotions for me and for the women, and I want to be able to give them good experiences. And quite frankly, when I hear stories like this, that this girl was telling me, I feel bad and I feel sorry as a man that other men have kind of messed women up in such a bad way because of their own insecurities. So I almost feel like I need to undo all this bad work that a lot of negative, sad, toxic, miserable men have done. So if you're a guy like that, you, first of all, definitely need to change. But if you are a normal, cool guy, but you're just dealing with social anxiety and you're not able to meet women, then you owe it not only to yourself, but also to all the future women that you're going to date, for you to be confident, charismatic, and extremely good with yourself, that when you meet these kind of women, you can act from a place of abundance, from a place of certainty, from a place of where you can give a lot instead of needing to take constantly from them, and you can make a world a better place. Because that's honestly how I see myself right now. As crazy as it sounds, I feel like I'm making a world a better place, one woman at a time. And this is also why it has kept me going for such a long time, because I know a lot of men, they get burned out because probably they're approaching it from a place of, what can I get out of dating? How many women can I sleep with? It's a very selfish place, and obviously you don't get a lot of enjoyment out of it. But right now, when I'm meeting all these women and they generally thank me very often for meeting them, for coming up to them, for making their day, for having a good date, for having a good experience, or for having a good mini relationship or a relationship, I generally feel very good about myself and what I'm doing. So this journey of going out there, improving your skills with women, getting more dates, it's not only about you. It can just be about improving the lives of others and making the world a better place. And that's why it's so beautiful. It doesn't have to be a selfish journey. It doesn't have to be a toxic journey. It can be a beautiful journey where you make a world a truly better place. If you've enjoyed me being your wingman, on this channel we have something that's called Wingman's Pact. The Wingman's Pact says that all you need to do to keep these videos coming is to subscribe to this channel so I can keep more of these videos coming and providing more wingman tips for you. So please do that, and see you in the next video.